Red Dragons slay Tractor Boys as Wrexham continue their cup run. Welcome back to Where the Red Dragons Talk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Johnny and Ed talking all things Wrexham, including this week's tweet of the week. So, Ed, it was a great win, and the cup run continues.
Yeah, really nice to follow up the Forest victory with another victory. So that's nice, and through to the last 16 now. So you never know. We could be looking maybe a big club, but who's to say we don't get a favourable draw? And the quarters is the best we've ever done in our history. So maybe we can at least match that. It's very nice to keep going in the cup.
Yeah, definitely. Do you see it as a bit of a distraction, Johnny, or are you quite happy with a cup run? You've got quite strength in depth throughout the team, so it's good to get players minutes.
No, it's not a distraction. I'd hate to be one of them clubs who starts to turn their nose up at the 4th, 5th round of the FA Cup, to be honest. We're not mathematically safe, but I'd have money with anyone. We're safe. So we've already achieved what I would want to have achieved at the start of the season, so why not go for it?
Yeah.
It's just, I suppose it's a bit of a shame. Not a shame, but I mean, we're so close to that final playoff. I think if we're going to get playoffs, it's going to be 6th. Is the extra game going to be... the extra game's going to be too much? Realistically, if you're completely honest, you'd probably say at best you've got 1, maybe 2 maximum left in it before you're going to have to then face Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and I know it happens, and we beat Arsenal before, but 1 or 2 extra games I don't think is going to be a major backlog. So no, I'm happy with a good cup run, definitely.
It kind of showed as well in the game itself. Ipswich turned up and they were playing at 80%. They made 10 changes. The attitude before the game in Ipswich's manager's press conference wasn't great. It seemed like they didn't want to be there, where Wrexham really did want to be there, and they won a lot of duels there, didn't they? And I think it showed all the way across the pitch. Every player won his duel, and if that happens, you're near enough guaranteed to go on and get the win.
Yeah, and you can't ask for more than that. If you're showing that fight and desire, you can't ask for a lot more than that. I think, as you said there, though, Ipswich made a lot of changes, so maybe we've taken it more seriously than Ipswich have. I know Ipswich are very close to the automatic promotion places. But yeah, I think it was a good performance. But to be fair to Ipswich, they started well. The first kind of 10, 15 minutes, I was a bit worried. I thought Ipswich started really well. But then we grew into it. And it was like many games we've spoken about in the past. There were phases of the games where we were on top. Then I think start the second half, Ipswich came out well, we're on top. But again, we seem to turn it around and finish pretty strong.
Something I was really impressed with from the game was how Wrexham overloaded in the wing positions, Johnny. I think that's something that going forward, teams really struggle against that. It's all about creating them overloads, and you've got some real good players in them positions, haven't you?
Yeah, obviously, we have got options. We lost one in McLean, which, I mean, he's a big loss around the changing rooms more than he is on the pitch, I think, now. And I think he'd openly admit that himself. I think his legs have gone a little bit, but we have got good options there, on the right, Longman and Kabore, and Kakache's obviously out injured with something. But I think Thomason has stepped in there a few games this season, and that's where he's been at his best for me. He looks like he's played there forever, but yeah, no, we're pacey out there, I think, and like you said, we do like to get the ball out there early, and yeah, we're dangerous. It's good.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be good, because Parkinson will never change that formation. No. He's got no option in having 3 or 4 good wide men.
Yeah. Spot on there. Parky's got his way, hasn't he? And that is it. But that sort of wing play then creates the space for Windass, Ed. And we spoke about him a few times on this pod. He's such a lovely football player, and he took the goal really well. It's really smart finish, but it allows him to get in them little pockets, doesn't he? Would you say he's the most important player at Wrexham currently?
I don't know about the most important, but he's been a superb signing. He's been absolutely fantastic. His football brain, he seems to be one step ahead so often. We spoke about his talent a lot on this pod in the past. But yeah, if you can give him time and space, he's an absolutely quality player. But I think there's a few that have got a shout. Maybe Rathbone, if we're thinking of our most important players recently, Arthur in goal as well has been superb. There's a few there that have a good shout for our most crucial players so far.
Yeah, definitely. Going back to Windass though, Johnny, he's a player that he lacks that speed. He's probably not the most athletic of players, but he's got it up there, isn't he? And the way he controls the game and he finds these lovely spaces. He's a beautiful player. You've got a few of them though, haven't you? Nathan Broadhead, he's a very similar sort of type. Rathbone as well, we can play in them sort of pockets. It's good to have so many options, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. I'm a massive believer in depth, because I don't see a lot. It's great to have a good 11, 12. The long seasons, especially the Championship, what is it, 46 games, is it, or something like that? You're going to pick up injuries. And when you can bring on someone as good as the person who's gone out injured, it's great, isn't it? And Windass does get a lot of stick. I hear a lot of people moaning he's not running, he doesn't look like he's trying, he's slow. He's fantastic. Anyone with a football brain can see how good he is. 100%. That's the way he plays his football. And he's doing a good job. Got a good job, so long may it continue. But he's been, for me, one of the best signings we've made in the last couple of years. Yeah, definitely.
Which says a lot, because there's been some real good signings of the current sort of generation. Moving on to the next game, which is Ipswich again. What are we expecting from the game, Ed? It's going to be a different game. Ipswich are going to have a completely different team out. The attitude's probably going to be slightly different. Wrexham might not make as many changes, which could benefit Wrexham. What are you expecting from the game, and what's your score predictions?
Yeah, I think just before that, we do have Bristol City away, which is a really tough midweek game coming up. So just touching on that one, I think a point would be a fantastic result away to Bristol City, no doubt. Ipswich at home, it was a real close game, the FA Cup game we've just played. As you said, 10 changes that Ipswich made. It's going to be really, really tough. But hopefully we'll go scrape a 2-1. But I think it's going to be hard. Got to be realistic. I do quite fancy Ipswich to turn up and get a bit of revenge.
We'll see. We'll see. What about you, Johnny? For both the games, Bristol City and Ipswich, what are you hoping from the game, and what's your score predictions?
I'm hoping for the win on Tuesday. I'm going down. I don't miss a game. When I don't drive often, because I like to have a pint at the football, and when I do, we get beat, and it's normally on a Tuesday night. Hull, I drove to Hull, got beat. Reading last season got beat. I'm driving Tuesday.
We'll see what happens there.
Listen, I'd take a point in each. I don't think a draw Tuesday and a draw Saturday is a bad return, to be honest with you. Someone in and around us, if we draw with Bristol City, it keeps the gap at the same as it is, nothing changes. And for Ipswich win the league for me, I've said it since the start of the season, so to take a point there and not lose to them in 3 games all season will be nice, and it'll make this podcast with you a lot easier most Sundays as well.
Thanks.
But 4 points would be fantastic, but I'd take 2. Anything above 2, I'd be over the moon with.
Would you take
even if it's a loss and a win, or a win and a loss? I'd take 2 points would be a good return, I think. Yeah,
definitely. Ed, would you be happy with 2 points, 2 draws?
Yeah, although, like Johnny just said, if it's a win and a loss, then that's 3 points. So maybe we're better off beating Bristol City because they're a bit closer for the playoffs. You'd think, like Johnny fancies Ipswich for the league, they're definitely going to be there up for automatics. So maybe we'll win Tuesday. Obviously, you're not going to take a loss at home, but 3 points, that'd be okay. It keeps us well up there.
Yeah, it's crazy. What does it feel like being? It must be crazy to be back to back wins, back to back promotions, and now we're talking about the next promotion gets you into the Premier League, Johnny. Like, is that a crazy thought?
Yeah, it's just I don't know, mate. To be honest, I'll be honest with you, mate. It still doesn't. It's only just sunk in. Like feels like lately that we've been taken over by Rob and Ryan. Never mind the first promotion, then the second, and the third. If we go up again, it's like I don't know. It's like you've completed football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we're coming straight back down if we go up. I can tell you that because for free, but it'd be some ride, like.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know.
That, we'd probably sign well, and
yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't think Wrexham.
I don't know.
It's the pool as well. Like when you get into obviously the Premier League, them three teams that get promoted, they try and obviously get as many good players as they can. Yeah. Wrexham have got a certain pull power, you know, with the celebrity status, the journey that the Wrexham are on. It's a club, Ed, that everybody wants to be involved in, isn't it?
Yeah, and you could really see some big name signing if we made the Premier League. The finances would be there, backed up with all the TV money. So you just never know. But I mean, it'd be amazing because we'd have nothing to lose, would we? We'd be there, we'd be enjoying it. Any time we won would be a fantastic occasion. It would almost feel like a free hit to me, to be fair, if we were in the Premier League. I'd just enjoy all the games. And if we come back down, so what?
Expected to lose them all, you could just go to games with nothing to care about, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. You just, whatever happens.
Yeah. It'll be strange going from Dover away to the Etihad in like 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's yeah, brilliant. I think that the other thing Wrexham have done really well, and that whilst we're talking about the promotions, is it's when a team gets promoted, you've got 2 decisions to make. You either stick with the players that got you promoted, or you make some new signings. And every year, Wrexham have brought in a good handful of players, but they've gelled really quickly, which is really not normal. You know, you normally bring in 8-9 players. It takes quite a while to gel, and it's brilliant to see, isn't it, Ed? That no matter how many players you bring in, there's a culture at Wrexham, and they gel so quickly. It's happened again this season.
Yeah, well, it's got to be the manager and the team around him. Absolutely, they're responsible for it. I know early season when we didn't start too well, there were murmurings of could he do it again and could he do it with this caliber of player? You know, you've got players on more money, bigger reputations, but after a couple of months, they seem to just gel really, really well. And like the Ipswich game, every game we're fighting and people can be dropped, they can be on the bench, but you never ever hear massive stories of people really, really unhappy. The odd thing happens now and then, but compared to most football clubs, there doesn't seem to be many dramas.
Yeah, definitely. Do you credit Parky with that, Johnny? Do you think he has a big part in setting that culture and making the new players gel as quickly as they do?
Yeah, I think Ed's spot on, to be honest with you. It has to be them, doesn't it? Obviously, the players say all the time how good the dressing room is and things like that, and obviously that plays its part. But I mean, there'll be boundaries that are set, and there'll be things that are set in stone from higher up than that, won't there? Parky, his backroom staff, and they all, like we touched on it the other week when I was on, and they're all just reading from the same sheet, aren't they? And they're all in it together, like you said. It's either being it together and, you know, give everything, or there's plenty of other people that are waiting to come through the door. Like, so it's, I don't know. It's just like I said a minute ago, it just hasn't set in really the position that we're in. It's like, still doesn't feel right, to be honest, with me personally, but I'd like, you hear other people's opinions from the outside, from other clubs, and they hate it, don't they? And we get a lot of stick for it, and
that's just jealousy, mate. That's all that is.
And that's what I put it down to. And it's the same when when you're playing football, the lesser player always tends to give the better player a bit of stick, and it just seems like that. And it's just, I don't know, mate. It's just mad. Like we getting asked to go on podcasts and things now, and it's like 4 years ago, no one even wanted to speak to a Wrexham fan. We were irrelevant. Now it's just, it's unbelievable, mate.
Never irrelevant. Right, we'll move on to the A to Z feature. We're on to quite a tricky letter, Ed. It's going to be impressive to see what you come up with for this, mate. The letter Q. What's the letter Q for Wrexham?
Yeah, I don't know if this is a bit of a cop out, but I was thinking that the only real thing I can think of is the massive scramble. So the massive queue that is for tickets for Wrexham games. Season tickets, no one can get a season ticket now unless historically they've had one, which obviously rewards the loyal fans that have had season tickets for years and years now. But it'll be interesting to see once the new stands up, how they sort things with tickets, with people being able to access games. At the moment, sometimes we get a little bit of criticism with the membership scheme, because I know it does end up with people kind of dotted a little bit around the ground, and sometimes there's been criticism that the atmosphere is not as good because of that, because you're getting a lot of fans going just to the odd game as well, ones that aren't season tickets. So yeah, I couldn't really think of a player, so it was just a queue for a mad scramble for the tickets.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. That was a good one. It's a very difficult letter, so you did well. And it just shows how popular it is at Wrexham these days. So that's a good thing. Right, finishing with tweet of the week. We mentioned him earlier. I think he's worth a mention again. He was brilliant against Ipswich in the cup. It's a Wrexham tweet. It says another quality Ollie Rathbone performance. He's been brilliant this season, hasn't he, Johnny? He's a player that's bounced around the Football League, and he's had such an impact, if either off the bench or when he started.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable since the day he come to the club. I couldn't tell you the bad game he had for us. And even if he had, there will be times he's probably obviously not played his best, but I can guarantee you his work rate's been 10 out of 10, and he's give everything. And for me, if that's if you can give that every week and you don't perform, I don't know what more you can ask for in a player, because they're going to have bad games, but he's unbelievable. Like I thought him and Dobson and Clayworth, I thought them three may struggle with the step up, and I'd say arguably them three have been our three most consistent players of the season. And just going back to where you said about stepping up to the Premier League next year, Max Clayworth will play Premier League. Hopefully it's with us, but he'll play Premier League. And I don't think Dobson and Rathbone will be out of place either, because you need them workhorses in your side, whether they're starting every week or whether they're in the squad. But he just offers so much. He doesn't stop running. He can tackle. He can score. He doesn't stop till the end. As you've seen, how many late goals has he got? I've lost count. He's not replaceable for me. Like, I would be heartbroken if he left. Like,
yeah, you're a fan of his as well, Ed. He's got a knack of scoring last minute winners, which is a brilliant skill to have, isn't it?
It's brilliant to get him coming off that bench. Yeah, it absolutely is. And like Johnny said there, that he's so good his work rate. I don't think you ever hear a Wrexham fan have a bad word to say about him. So there's always players that fans can like or maybe not take. I mean, sometimes Johnny was saying is the old thing about Windass, but Rathbone, I don't think anyone ever says anything, because you can just see he's playing how a fan will play in terms of that work rate, that sheer work rate desire. It's there every single game. He just doesn't stop. He's been fantastic.
Which is, like I said, that's all you can ask as a fan. That's all you want to see from players. They're going to have bad games, but as long as the effort is there, that's the main thing. Brilliant, guys. Great chat as always. Thank you everybody for watching at home. Please like and subscribe, and get involved in the comments below, talking all things Wrexham.